Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven all the elements of defamation? Answer, yes. Question, defamatory implication was designed and intended by Ms. Heard. Answer, yes. Do you find that Mr. Depp has proven by clear and convincing evidence that Ms. Heard acted with actual malice? Answer, yes.
That was the verdict this afternoon in the Johnny Depp-Amber Heard defamation trial. A successful day for Team Depp as the jury awarded him $10 million in compensatory damages and $5 million in punitive damages, but that $5 million is actually going to be reduced by state law to $350,000 and awarded Heard $2 million. And I, like many others, are asking the question, what is Depp's future in the entertainment industry now? If you listen to his testimony, you may have heard him talk about how his entire career and reputation were destroyed, with one example.
It's very strange when one day you're Cinderella, so to speak, and then in 0.6 seconds you're Quasimodo.
But this was a topic that came up constantly during the trial, and during Depp's cross-examination, Heard's attorney challenged Depp that Heard was the reason for his downfall.
So, Mr. Depp,
yes, sir.
Were you aware that as of October 25th, 2018, about 2 months before this op-ed was published, that it was being reported, as it is in this article, that Johnny Depp is out as Jack Sparrow in Disney's Pirates of the Caribbean film franchise as actor battles financial issues and personal dramas? Were you aware of that?
I wasn't aware of that, but it doesn't surprise me given that 2 years had gone by of just constant worldwide talk about me being this wife beater.
Meanwhile, many also questioning the future of Heard's career. More than 4.4 million people have signed the Change.org petition to remove Amber Heard from Aquaman 2. Joining me now, Jim Moret, who's an attorney and the chief correspondent for Inside Edition. Jim, good to have you on the program. Good to see you. I'm going to ask you the question. I was going to say the $50 million question. I'll ask you now the $10 million question. What do you make of the verdict?
Well, like you said, like Dan said, wow. You know, it really, I don't think it's a referendum on people's views on domestic violence. I think it's a referendum on this couple. People have been coming up to me, and pretty much I've been hearing the same thing. He was coming off as sad. She was coming off as bad, and bad loses, and lost big today.
But what do you think is going to be with their careers? Let's start with Johnny Depp, okay? He enters into this case, and immediately, I was on the ground in Virginia. I saw people, you know, all dressed up like him, massive supporters, people chasing his car. You would look at this and say, he's going to be cast in the next, maybe not Pirates, but another film franchise. Now that he's won, is that a realistic possibility?
I do think so, and I'll tell you why. He was dropped by Fantastic Beasts, by Pirates of the Caribbean. One company stood behind him, Dior Fragrances. He's the face of Sauvage. And Marie Claire magazine in January of 2022 had a figure that Sauvage was selling a bottle of cologne every 3 seconds, making $4.5 million a day. That's over $1 billion a year. That points to his likability. That likability translates in perfume. It's the #1 selling perfume across men and women. It also translates to the big screen. You saw the people dressed up as Johnny Depp. You saw his fan base. You saw people loving him, and you saw people hating her. I think that the goodwill from this trial is going to help him recapture some of his stardom.
Well, if his goal was to win in the court of law and court of public opinion, you're saying he won in both. I'll give you an example. Again, I was on the ground. First day there, I want to show this. This is element number 7, okay? First day I'm there. This person brings 2 furry animals to the court, outside the courthouse. I had never seen anything like it. Take a look.
It's not every day you see alpacas in front of a courthouse. What brings you here today?
Justice for Johnny. We're here supporting.
And what do the alpacas represent?
Well, he's going through a lot right now, so I just thought it might cheer him up. That's pretty much it.
Has he seen them?
Not yet.
You know, Jim, you're looking at this. Again, his Instagram has doubled as a result of this. The social media, just the campaign in support of him. What do you think it is that people are holding on to for Johnny Depp that we're always believing him and not Amber Heard?
You talked about the audience on Law and Crime at 3.5 million tuning in for this verdict. People could relate to Johnny Depp. They empathized. They sympathized. He told a very sad story about his life. You heard about a man who admits he's had drug and alcohol problems. He's been abused in his life. People like him. They root for him. They want him to be successful. And she was vilified in that courtroom, and it seems like the jury also felt the same way.
Jim, 30 seconds, real quick. What about Amber Heard's career now?
You look at that 4.5 million people who want her out of a movie. I think that reflects a broader sentiment about how she came off in this trial, and I think it's going to hurt her and her career.
It's going to be interesting to see how both move forward with this case because it's going to be lasting in the minds of many people moving forward. Jim Moret, thank you so much for coming on. Appreciate your insight.
My pleasure.
Thank you for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.